Hey, hi and welcome. Wow. It's like the start, the cold start. All right. So make sure I don't back into anybody here. Well, I'm off for 2 weeks anyway. My boss and his wife are going to Europe, Spain and Portugal, I believe they're going to. So that should be fun. Well, oh God, I am just completely. That is a hard job, well done. So, here's what I did. I moved approximately 8 tons of goat poop. 5 years of goat poop that I moved into the raised beds. They're about, they're all various different sizes. Some as long, there was 9 of them total. Some as short as 4x4, we'll say, by 3 feet high. Some like 12 feet by 3 feet high, 4 feet wide. And there was 3 roughly that size, and then a bunch of others, 6 roughly the other size. Whoop! It's gonna be one of those. I'm gonna fight with the camera again today. I always get sun washed out. For a guy that's a photographer, you'd think he'd know how to line up a camera so it didn't get sun washed out all the time. You'd think that. You would think that. But anyway, so my back is done. Oh, that's a big hole. I'm gonna ask him if he wants these potholes filled. Get me some gravel, I'll fill them for him. Man, seems like they just, I don't know, maybe they plant potholes on the road and they're growing potholes or something on this road. Because it got really bad the past couple of weeks. I guess because with the weather and all that. But anyway, chickens are gone. It looks like my aunt got the last 2 remaining chickens. That's the survivors. The little fox didn't get his meal. I'm sure that little fox shows up. He's like, I'm going to have me a chicken today. And he's going to show up and be like, no chickens left. He's like, somebody stole my chickens. He already ate like 4 or 5 of them. I don't know how many he ate. I think there was 9 chickens when I started this job back in July. And there's 2 left. I think there was one day, I don't know if it was a hawk, an owl, or an eagle or whatever, but it was like all there, boom! And I looked, and I could hear them, and I didn't hear nothing else. And it's like, there's now 1 chicken. Last night I found like a couple of feathers on it. So I don't know what got that one, but could have been a hawk, could have been an eagle, could have been, who knows what it was, right? An owl. That's all I heard. And then the other ones, it was the fox got them and whatever. Yeah, poor little buggers. So when I come back, I think there'll be a little bit of work for me. I'm going to do a little bit of a monitor the boss's place. They had a lot of water problems. When I started, they had pump problems. They went away for like a week, 2 weeks. They travel a fair bit throughout the year. I mean, they're retired, right? So they came back, and lo and behold, you guessed it, their pump ran the entire time, burnt out the pump. So then they had to get new pumps, and it did a whole bunch of other damage. The pump ran dry. It just, all kinds of bad things happened. And then, of course, they're getting a new shower and vanity and all, a toilet and all that. And wouldn't you know it, Murphy had to show up today, and the shower was 4 inches too big, too wide. So it's like, oh, like a misorder. Oh no, it's like, geez. So the other 2 guys that are working there, it's a father and son team that are working there on the plumbing and stuff. And they're like, geez, guys, well, I can't do the rest of my job today, but, it is what it is. So they'll deal with it when they get back. Things happen, right? So I was like, oh, that sucks, for them. But they are good people to work for. I really enjoy it. And he always seems to find me something. He's going to get me to do his garage, tidy up his garage, because I did such a good job in the tool shed, or the garden shed, whatever you want to refer. I call it a tool shed, but it's a garden shed, but stuff like that. Now, whatever job you do, always go a little bit above and beyond. For example, yesterday was not like today. Today is actually quite a nice day. Today is like really nice. It's sunny out. It warmed up. It was kind of flaking a little bit, trying to snow, but it's warmed up now. It's probably even in the pluses. And I finished the raised bed gardens. My goal was to get it done today. I didn't know if I thought I would need maybe 1 more day to do it. But they were going to go away for 2 weeks, and in 2 weeks, the ground could be solid frozen. So I was happy to get it done today. They had just enough goat manure, 5 years worth of goat manure was just enough to fill There's an actual snowman. Hey, I'm at 440,000. I'm in the middle of the road, but whatever. 440,006 kilometers. How cool! Now I'm going to drive backwards in the wrong lane. Why? Because you guys got to see this. I know whose house this is too. It's a guy I went to school with. That just looks so odd. I'm just going to put it in the proper gear so if somebody comes along. Don't know if you guys can see it or not. There's a snowman right in the middle. Look at the middle. That is funny. He's got a black hat on. He's going to melt. Yeah, that looks so odd. A snowman in the middle of a grassy field. Okay, so. Oh, better. Don't hit me, man. Don't hit me. Don't hit me. I know it'd be my fault. Here I am. Right in the middle of the road. Yeah, sorry for the camera angle, but I got a car on my tail right now. Gotta stop and see the snowman. It's pretty cool. But anyway, as I was saying, so chickens are gone, goats are gone. They're going to get new chickens next year because these chickens, they went to my aunt, my great aunt actually. They're going to be basically, in a nutshell, in a good place. She's probably going to end up eating them, I would imagine, because they don't lay anymore. They went. I forget what they call it. The chickens, they don't lay anymore, and then they just start to. They're old chickens, eh? Like I don't know how old they are, but they're probably a couple of years old anyway. So they're done. So yeah, the other guy didn't pick them up. My aunt picked them up. I'm all done with the raised beds. So I love it when I get a project for people done, because even though it doesn't have to be done till, they're still got to get new, manure and stuff, or topsoil in the spring. It's just nice to get that far done. Although I think they're going to sink down quite a bit, so they might have to get another couple of loads of manure to top up. But we'll see. I mean, there's so much in there that it's just, I don't know, it's probably cheaper for them to get a couple of loads of manure, top up to maybe about 6 inches from the top of the raised beds, and then do the rest with topsoil, because the topsoil is actually quite expensive. But I mean, if you can't grow anything out of those raised beds with that much goat poop and chicken poop in there, you can't garden. Oh, the other thing I got to do is take care of their plants whenever, should their plants need it. Should their plants need it, I got to take care of those too. Water, but they're like, don't overwater. I'm like, I told them about the cactus, my pet cactus Bart that I used to have. I killed him. I didn't mean to, but I killed him. And if a man kills a cactus, it means you probably should trust them with your plants. But they're like, yeah, it needs a little bit, whatever. So I'll go in, I'll put in a little bit of water. I think there's 8 plants in the house or whatever. So I don't mind doing stuff like that. And I like that when people trust you. The only thing that makes me nervous, things like that, I prefer to be left a key, because it's like, okay, well then, I locked up or whatever, but it's like, something happens, I'm like the only guy that's going there, that, you know what I mean? So, yeah. But I'll keep an eye on the place, and it should be good. Shouldn't be a problem. Usually what I do is, little tip for you, like if you have a boss or something like that, and they trust you, don't tell any of your friends or anybody, even if you trust them or whatever, don't tell anybody that they're gone. You can tell them after the fact, but don't tell them before. Because, you just put yourself at liability, right? So don't make it liable for you. And there I am with the sun washout again. How did that happen? But anyway, so today I didn't get a full 6 hours today. I was hoping for at least 4, but I got 5 hours almost even, so I was 1 hour short. So between yesterday and today I made 220. That's a good 2 days work. I'm very happy with that. Nice thing about that 220 is it's already gone. It's gone. I gotta get this thing oil sprayed. Tomorrow's Halloween. Tomorrow's also jam night, and tomorrow will be the first night I bring out my SG61 reissue. I've had this guitar since 2009, almost 10 years, and I haven't played live with it. That's shameful. That is shameful. Same with my other SG I've had since 2006. I haven't played live with it yet either. And I know these are not really what I consider jam night guitars, but this jam night is full of a lot of professional players and stuff like that. So I don't mind bringing out my jam night guitar or my expensive guitars to that, because I know no one's going to touch them or hurt them or anything like that. But tomorrow night, I'm looking forward to tomorrow night. Last night I slept pretty good. My back's still a little bit sore from all that shit. I mean, the heavy, wet stuff yesterday. Today wasn't as bad because it wasn't as wet. Who the hell was that? Oh, that freaking Reg. Yeah, so it's like, but anyway, you get the idea. It's been a good. This guy's good to work for. Hopefully, he can keep me busy enough. Again, if I get 2 days a week, that would keep me on the level. It would save me. It would save me. But it's just, I don't know if he can guarantee 2 days a week, especially now. Like, I mean, unless he can find me a major project to do for the winter. I mean, cleaning up his garage. Problem is, I'm a good worker. And I'm like a pike in the pond. I'll eat myself into extinction, you know what I mean? Where I do, it's like you give me a job to do that's supposed to last 3 or 4 days, I'll finish it in one, you know? I don't like the idea of screwing anybody over, but I'm going to give you another little tip too, especially when you're self-employed. Never go at anything 110%. Go at things 60, 70% tops. And I'll tell you why. Because if you give it 100% all the time, like always give 110% of production of the job you're doing. But if you're go, and you do it once, they expect you to do that all the time. So when you got a day that you're not really 100%, what happens is they're like, well, look, who's slagging today? You know what I mean? Mind you, they're so happy with me, all the stuff I got done for them this year. They're very, 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 very happy with that. I'm happy too. I like having a nice end product of when I do my work and stuff like that. So at 440,012 kilometers. Ain't that awesome? That is awesome. That's a lot of. Yeah. I'm at the, just at the 500,000 mile mark. 250,000 mile. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That is a lot of this thing. Money maker. So again, today, like, it's basically today this vehicle half paid for itself and some again. $400, good investment. I'm going to talk about this thing pretty soon. About investing in a vehicle and stuff like that. I mean, it's going to lead me somewhere at some point. But, I mean, the fact that it's paid itself off so many times. I've been keeping track of the gas money I've put into it, which I typically put about $20 a week in. I'm trying to put 25 in a week in because what that does is it brings me up. It doesn't burn quite $20 a week, so or 20 that much a week. So like it eventually tops up the tank. Right now I'm down to about a quarter, but I've been doing a lot of running around the past 2 days. But that's okay because every time I've moved this vehicle in the last 2 days, it's brought home money, so that's good. So that's just kind of where it's at for now. Times are still hard, but yeah, if I can get a few more of that and consistent through the winter, that would be good. But I'm still on the wire like everything, but you know, like a day like today is good. But if I could get 2 days, 3 days a week like this, getting roughly $20 an hour, that wouldn't be so bad. But it is hard because the problem is like now I'm going to be off for 2 weeks. So plus we got Christmas coming around. Got to get this thing oil sprayed. That's probably going to cost me about $60-ish, depending on if I can get the spray gun by itself and the jug of stuff by itself, not so bad. But if I have to use those little spray bombs to oil spray this thing, it's going to cost me about $60 to $80 just to do it. I got to do it. Like I mean, I got to preserve this thing as much as I can. The other thing I got to do is pretty much get all my yard work stuff done before it starts snowing. We haven't put in the new. My dad bought a electric furnace, and we haven't installed it yet. So I can't throw in the wood until that thing's installed. So I got about 14 cord of wood to put in. So hopefully that thing gets installed fairly soon, so that I can start throwing in that wood so it doesn't get buried in the snow. Because it's really tricky or not tricky, but it's a lot of extra work to bring in wood when you have to dig it out of the snowbank, so to speak. So hopefully I can get that done. I got to deal with the boat, get that done. The trailer, just, you know, the final
hopefully I can get rid of that thing soon. I'd love to get rid of it before the snow goes, but I mean, you can't force people to buy it, right? So, so I'm even, trying to get people to trade for it. My buddy wants to trade, but he doesn't quite have enough things on the table for me to make a deal. But if you were to throw a couple more items on, I mean, I'd be practically giving him the trailer, but if you could throw a couple more items on there to make it worthwhile, then yeah. But maybe I'll get a project car, a project bike, or something like that. The boat, if I could sell that this time of year, that'd be a great too. I love my boat, don't get me wrong, but it's just, the longer you have these things sitting around, I hate things sitting around deteriorating, right? Something smaller, I can, like cars and stuff like that. Those things I can work on over the winter. I can buy a carport, do that. That's easy. That stuff, it's more mobile and stuff like that, and it's easier to deal with. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that. So that's been my day. So chickens are gone. My great aunt has the chickens, and two of them, the last two survivors, they made it. And I got some plants to take care of this week, and to watch their water pump, or their water. Yeah, the water pump doesn't stay on or something like that. Because if a switch is gonna go, it's when you're away. So yeah. But anyway, I also told them, maybe shut it off as soon as if they're leaving tomorrow, make sure they shut it off. But sometimes people forget. So what I'll do is I'll just shut it off. If it's on, if I go Sunday and it's still on, I'll shut it off. Because you never know, maybe the toilet bowl runs. Maybe, whatever. Who knows what can happen, right? All right, so anyway, I'll leave it at that. Have yourselves a great day, eh?